Hello everyone. From this video lecture, we are going to discuss about the breathing process as well as the exchange of gases in human being related to the respiration. And we also discuss about the transportation of these respiratory gases after the exchange at alveolar place as well as exchange at the tissue level. So let us start first of all with the breathing process. So breathing is a physical process during the process of respiration, and it involves in the physical process and it involves first the intake of fresh air and the process called inhalation or inspiration, and this process is the intake of fresh air into the lungs, While the second step involved in the breathing process, it is the exhalation or expiration or expiration. And this process involves the release of foul air, or we can say that the air with CO2, release of air with CO2 outside the lung. Outside the lungs, the release of air with CO2 or foul air, it is called exhalation or expiration. So these two steps in the process of breathing take place in what way, or what are the mechanisms followed by this process, and which kind of structure involved in this mechanism. Let us discuss with the help of diagram. So during the inhalation, what happens in our lungs? During the inhalation, what happens in our lungs? We can observe from this diagram. So for the purpose of the breathing, there are two structures. There are two structures responsible. The first is the ribs, especially the muscles found in the ribs known as intercostal muscle. And the second structure responsible for the breathing, it is the diaphragm, which is present below the lungs, below our lungs. So the diaphragm, which is the muscle, suppose this is the diaphragm. So during the process of inhalation, what happens? So the ribs are lifted up, while the diaphragm pulled down. Ribs lift up while diaphragm pull down. So these two processes are these two structure where performing this function, that is the ribs left up with the help of intercostal muscle, which is present between the lungs, and the diaphragm pulled down. So diaphragm normally found attached to the lungs as a curve, while when it becomes contract or pull down, they becomes flat. So due to these two structural changes, the volume of thoracic cavity becomes rise. This leads to the increase of thoracic cavity, increased volume of thoracic cavity. And this increase in the volume of thoracic cavity leads to the increase of volume of increased volume of lungs, and that increased volume of lung leads to decrease of pressure of pressure inside the lungs, decrease the pressure inside the lungs. So due to decrease the pressure inside the lungs, and that pressure related to the atmospheric pressure, means in comparison to atmospheric pressure, the pressure inside the lungs becomes decreased. So we have studied a physical process that all the things always move from high pressure to low pressure. So in this way, the air from the atmosphere also comes inside the lung. So that this process is called inspiration or inhalation, which is the step of breathing when we take in fresh air to our nostril in the lungs. The second stage, so this diagram representing the diagram showing inhalation or inspiration. Diagram showing inspiration or inhalation. The second, let us discuss the second stage, that is the expiration. So during the expiration, what happens? We can observe. Here we will draw the structure somewhat small and constricted, and then we will observe the stage taking place. So ribs, in the case of inhalation, what happens to the ribs? The ribs come back. The ribs come back along with the diaphragm also push up. Diaphragm also push up. Diaphragm push up. So that leads to decrease of thoracic cavity, decreased volume of thoracic cavity, and decreased volume of thoracic cavity leads to decreased volume of lungs, and decreased volume of lungs leads to increased pressure inside the lungs, and that leads to the decrease or increased pressure inside the lungs leads to the air go outside the lungs. So in this way, the go outside the lungs, means in the atmosphere. So in this way we can observe easily, or we can easily understood how the process of breathing take place in our body, or what are the structure responsible for that purpose. So the second diagram showing diagram. So is expiration. So after inspiration and expiration, that is the process of breathing, the process of exchange of gases take place at alveolar place. So how exchange of gases take place, we can easily understood with the help of another diagram. So this is an alveolus, and this is the capillary, blood capillary. Which is found around the alveolus. So alveolus and blood capillaries together make, or their membrane make the surface for exchange of gases, or membrane for exchange of gases, and that membrane of exchange of gases, these two membranes together form the surface of exchange of gases. So how exchange? The blood coming from the coming from the heart through the pulmonary artery, it supply blood around the alveolus for exchange of gases. So the capillary consists of or capillary first carry the deoxygenated blood, and when deoxygenated blood comes here, the blood here is deoxygenated, that is CO2 rich. And when CO2 rich blood reach around the alveolus, or around the surface of alveolus, here from here the CO2 get inside the alveolus, and at the same time the oxygen which is filled in the alveolus after the process of breathing, they comes out into the blood capillaries, or they comes inside the blood capillary, and that blood capillary again supply blood into the pulmonary vein, and in pulmonary vein the blood is oxygen rich, that is means the oxygenated blood. So in this way the exchange of gases take place, and in the same way the exchange of gases take place in the body tissue, but in body tissue the direction of exchange of gases becomes different. So in this way the exchange of gases completed, and these gases then transported to, or transportation of these respiratory gases also take place through the blood, or with the help of blood, and the structure or the substances which are responsible for exchange of gases, transport of gases, we will also discuss here. The transport of gases. So transport of gases, first of all, transport of oxygen. So oxygen transported through hemoglobin. Transported through hemoglobin in the form of oxyhemoglobin. The hemoglobin produces the oxyhemoglobin by making oxyhemoglobin. So most of the oxygen get transported through the hemoglobin in the form of oxyhemoglobin, while the CO2, carbon dioxide, transported mostly in dissolved form. Dissolved form in plasma. So these are the two ways, the two respiratory gases which need to be transported through our blood. So oxygen with the help of oxyhemoglobin, which is present in maximum amount in the RBC, and the lack of hemoglobin cause anemia, and the main symptom in anemia it is the lack of oxygen. So, and other carbon dioxide is also transported with the hemoglobin, but in trace amount or in very less amount in the form of carb amino hemoglobin. So this is overall about the breathing as well as exchange of gases.